Hey, what's up, everyone? Merc Cairo here, and this is my first video. This isn't a normal first video because I feel like this video can get me into a little bit of trouble with his fans and all that stuff. But knowing Censor, he will validate all of these stories. They're 100% true, and he will take them in stride because he has no shame whatsoever. But a lot of you don't know him the way some of his old teammates do. You know him for the skinny kid that got huge, the MLG kid who's going crazy on YouTube, dating Annette Garcia, all that stuff. But you don't know little Doug, little Dougie Fresh with two H's at the end. But I do, and I have a few stories that are pretty good. I'm gonna try to keep this as clean as I can. All right, but some of it you you can't really keep clean. And we used to be on the same team from about 2010, 2011 for about 2 years. We were on Mercadum on PS3. We were like number one every single season of every single Call of Duty for like 2 years, and that's where I met him. And ever since then, he has yet to amaze me with his weirdness. It just keeps going up. But this is an aim conversation between him and our old leader, Jay Sobes. And Sobes found it so funny that he had to screenshot it and message it to me on GB. And I have that message right here. And it's from, I think, 2010 or 2011. I'm not too sure. And this is how it goes. Censor starts off the IM session saying, "Yo, Sobes." Sobes says, "Yes." Censor says, "Honest question. Have you ever beat off before hanging with a girl?" All right. That's an honest question. Sobes says, "You're such a weird kid," which is 100% true. Censor says, "I'm so effing bored." About 8 D's on the end. And he says, "I don't know why I did it. And now I'm getting picked up in like 2 hours to go to the movies. And I don't feel like going. I'm that bored. Is that even normal?" This kid, I swear, he was the weirdest little shit you would ever meet. Sobes, I don't know why Sobes took this so wrong. He just gets angry, I think. He says, "Well, you see, when you're an MLG star, all you think about and care for is doing scrims and playing Call of Duty. When girls and shit come into place, you don't care for anything but COD." Censor says, "Don't be like that. For real." And then they go on for a little while. Censor saying PSN's been out for 3 weeks. He's been going out. It's not like he's a loser for playing MLG. And let me say this: MLG was so new to PS3. I think this. I'm not sure what year this was, but it was just getting into PS3. So none of us knew what MLG was going to be for PlayStation, and he got into it early. And look what it did for him. He's on YouTube, winning events, and all that stuff. So I should have followed him, but I stopped gaming in like 2013 maybe. I can't really remember, but really wasn't interested in playing MLG. I just really wasn't good enough. But yeah, they just go on. Sobes is just giving them attitude. Want a cookie? I actually left my house. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that's story number one. It gets a lot worse. Okay, I don't have any evidence of these next ones, but like I said, they're 100% true. Censor will validate these. Okay, just ask him, and he has no shame. He will be glad to tell you these stories. Okay, the next story. We're in the aim blast one night, and he comes in. He goes, "Guys, I need your help." We're like, "Wow, what's going on?" I'm gonna say this as clean as I can. Okay, he says he was pleasuring himself, and when he was finished, it got into his hair. Okay, He said it was in his hair as he was typing. It was still in his hair, okay? And I can't remember what advice we gave him. I don't think we gave him any advice. We just, made fun of him. And he said he couldn't get any tissues or anything like that because he didn't want his mom to see. So he didn't want to walk out of his room and see his mom and have her see it. So, yeah, that's the next story. Don't show any of these to his girlfriend, Yannette. Por favor. I think that means please. Because, I don't think she knows this side of him. Okay? The next story. It's more, dirty things. The next story is he came into the aim blast, like always, and he asks us, he's worried about shaving himself down there. He says, I don't want to cut myself, or he asks, if I'm shaving and I cut myself down there, will my semen pour out of his sack area? He actually believed that was a possibility for him. Obviously, that won't happen. We told him that, and I'm sure he's been fine ever since. The next story, he comes into the aim blast, like always, with his little weird questions, and he comes in. He says, guys, I was pleasuring myself, like he always does. I guess he did this quite often. And he says, I was doing that and I pulled my hamstring. Not got a cramp. He said he pulled it. How? Was he doing some freaky shit? I don't know. How? How do you do that? He really wasn't asking for advice. I guess he just likes to share. Can't remember what we said to him. I'm sure I had these conversations saved on my old computer in our aim logs or our aim blast. I think I have a log of all the conversations. It would take hours for me to look through that. But if you guys want to see it, I'm sure I could find it. So let me know. I think that's all for the weird stories. I know there's plenty more. He used to come into the chat all the time explaining what happened. This went on for 2 years, okay? We were friends for a while. And his little weirdness was always on display. But I'm sure there's more stories, and they might be even better than these stories. So ask him. Maybe I can find out some more stories. But that's it for the stories on him for right now. This is my first video. I have so many ideas. I have like 40 ideas of what I want to do with my future videos, my future channel. I would appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like. I'm going to have about 2 to 3 videos every single week. And I promise this will be one of your favorite channels if you subscribe. But that's about it. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll post my links in the description, my Twitter, my Instagram, all that good stuff. I have 3 followers on Twitter right now, doing big things. So I would appreciate that. I'll have giveaways. I'll have awesome Call of Duty videos, all that good stuff. Hopefully Censor sees this. He's a little hard to get in contact with lately, but I'll keep trying, and maybe you can tweet him and he'll see it. But other than that, this is Merc Cairo, and thanks for watching.